Hello, everybody, and welcome to Disney Pixar's Toy Story, developed by Traveler's Tales.
Wow, Traveler's Tales. We're really going back in time with Traveler's Tales' resume.
Yeah, this was back when they had their classic logo instead of just the TT
The
thing.
much better logo.
Yeah.
Before they became known as the Lego Games Company.
Before the Lego pre-sales.
Psygnosis. Oh no, they're the guys who published Rascal.
They also made the Lemmings.
Rascal. I've heard of that game.
Alright,
It's that awful-looking PS1 game that Traveler's Tales also.
Alright, Toy Story. The version I'm doing is the European Mega Drive version because much like a lot of games back in the day, games that were made in Europe tended to actually be made with the PAL refresh rate in mind, and as a result, when you play the American version, the music sounded sped up. So, but don't worry, we're playing the PAL version today. All right, so there's a bonus star, then there's the hat is the extra try, or extra life if you prefer. The golden star is an extra hit point, and the flag is a checkpoint. Everybody got that?
Yes.
Good. Mm-hmm. All right. That's the basic.
They would make the hat the checkpoint. You'd think they'd make the hat the extra life one.
Well, they did. The flag with the hat is the checkpoint. The hat itself is the extra life. All right, so here's the options menu. You can change the controls, but we don't need to. You can also change it from the number of lives. Might as well go with 5. It even says, depending on the difficulty. If it's 1, it's Yahoo. 2, Marshal. 3, Sheriff. 4, Deputy. And 5 cards. So basically, this is a difficulty selection, basically.
Wait, why does Deputy go above Sheriff?
No, it's below Drover.
It's just to show that you only have one
No.
that you're a badass.
Here's an interesting thing.
Sheriff was 3, Deputy was 4.
Here's another interesting thing. You can turn off the cutscenes for the record. So if you don't want to watch the cutscenes, you can turn them off.
Okay, that was weird.
All right, Jova, Tom Hanks, please.
Okay, everyone. Today is Andy's birthday, and we need to find out what presents he is gonna be given.
Andy's birthday is today. Quick, send the sergeant downstairs with his team of Green Army men to see if Andy has any new toys.
Also, I can tell for Mega Drive quality, the steels are actually pretty good.
Yeah, they are.
Okay, Sergeant. This is Code Red. We need a recon post D in stairs. Now, how can I help?
Dips.
Sir, remove the lead in the bucket of soldiers so my men can get out. Then find the baby rider on the shelf and knock it down to my men below. Move.
That's later, Drips. They actually do it in the level itself. But yeah, that's basically it. Okay, so open the bucket of soldiers and then locate the baby monitor and pass it down to the sergeant's troops. The toys will then meet you at the other baby monitor. Good luck and watch out for the trains and planes, because apparently the trains and planes are angry at you. I don't know why. We needed enemies in the level.
It's all the future, buddy. Knocking buzz out the
We needed enemies in the...
We need to make an obstacle out of something.
Yeah, basically. Okay, so Toy Story is a side-scrolling platforming game where you play as Woody, and your weapon is your whip. And somehow, don't ask me how...
It's supposed to be a lasso.
Lasso, yeah.
That's the thing. It's actually the cord. There you go. There you go,
true, it's the cord on his back.
It's actually the cord on his back, too. It's just that he uses it as a whip, basically, because you can actually whip enemies with it.
Castlevania, but done with silicone.
Somehow, don't ask me how, Woody hitting enemies with his cord makes them tied up with a rope. I don't get how John Burton went from that to this, but whatever.
Alright, so yeah, as you can tell, okay, don't worry, I won't be making too many George Wood jokes because they've probably all been done for years at this point. But yeah, clearly there aren't enough silicon graphics computer power display.
I'll get into that quickly. But first, that's the end of first level.
But not too bad sprite work, actually.
Oh, no. I'll get into that in a moment, but first, go ahead, Deuce.
Okay, man, let's move.
The army men file out of Andy's room and down the stairs, carrying the baby monitor. Deuce?
Alright. Take cover, man!
Hiding in a large green plant, the troop watches Andy's party from a safe distance. The sergeant signals them to turn on the baby monitor and talks to Woody.
Come in, Mother Bird. This is Alpha Bravo. Andy's opened all his presents and there are no toys to replace us. Wait. Oh no. A surprise present! Andy's taking it upstairs! Look out!
Uh-oh. This is a problem. So yeah, the game is basically following the story of the movie, and like Theo said, it even instills. Red alert! Help the other toys get to their places before Andy gets to his bedroom. Rex, Ham, and Robot need to go into the toy chest. RC, Car, and Rocky need to go under the bed, and you need to get onto the bed, just like in the movie.
Yeah, that's the thing about the movie. They never explained it, but apparently there's this unwritten rule that humans absolutely should never see toys alive.
Well, Jova, I think the ending of the first movie explains why, because it would scare the shit out of humans. Not to mention, Jova, it would
to be fair, when that happened, they were trying to scare him straight.
Well, yeah, but that's the thing, Jova. It can also potentially cause toys to be in danger because they will be dissected by scientists to figure out what exactly kind of wizardry is going on here.
I think if you want to have a good time with someone trying to pose
Hold
questions...
on, I have to explain something. When you're in this level, if you go on the chest there on the left and you press down, you can activate an invincibility cheat, of all things.
Weird.
How neat.
Which I just did. But anyway, you have to help the characters go into the chest, specifically these ones.
Okay,
Yeah,
can I mention the composers?
yes, Liz, go ahead quickly, please.
Okay, the composers of this game are, well, the Mega Drive version anyway, are Andy Blythe and Martin Joustra, who did a lot of Disney interactive music for Traveller's Tales games, mainly A Bug's Life and Toy Story 2.
Did we also do the one for Mickey Mania?
No, I don't think Mickey Mania. No, actually, they did Mickey Mania. They also did the music for Crash Bandicoot: The Wrath of Cortex.
Yeah, basically, the idea with this game is that this game was, of course, made by Traveller's Tales, and just like Mickey Mania, it was made for the Mega Drive and later ported to other platforms, which is specifically the SNES version, which was still ported by Traveller's Tales themselves, and the PC version, which was a really bad port. Even the one of the developers of that original PC port, even admitted it himself in a YouTube comment.
There was also a Game Boy version, I think.
Well, we've already seen from the Disney and from the Lion King and Aladdin that the Game Boy, the game ports of these things were usually, But anyway, yeah, like Dwebs mentioned, the one thing you'll notice is that the visuals in this game are absolutely fantastic. Thanks to the same kind of silicon graphics technology that was used in Donkey Kong Country, Traveller's Tales managed to basically completely create really good, faithful representation of the movie's visuals. If you want a more in-depth explanation about the graphics of this game, go check John Burton's YouTube channel, The Code Hut, where he even made videos explaining how these things were accomplished.
So George Wood was talking bollocks about this game not using.
For those who don't know who John Burton is the head of Traveller's Tales. He's still there to this day, and he was the director of this game. Okay.
How did I get under here? Must be an accident. Andy's just excited about his new toy. I better go up and take a look.
It's still you.
Rex, Ham, Potato Head. Come and check out Andy's new toy. Hello? Are you Andy's new toy?
Theo.
Hello?
Oh, no, I'm Buzz Lightyear, Space Ranger, Universe Protection Unit. I'm stationed up in the gamma corners of Sector 4.
What? You think you're a real space ranger? Hey guys, Andy's new toy thinks he's got lasers and can fly.
Hey, you say he has a laser. How come you don't have a laser, Woody? Jova.
Oh, sorry.
It's not a laser. It's a little light bulb that blinks.
Gee, Woody, sounds like laser envy. Maybe we need a race to settle this. Yeah, that's the game. That's the game's excuse for having a racing level. Ego check. Try and keep up with Buzz to show that you are just as good a toy as him. Yes, because apparently winning against Buzz in a race proves that you're as good of a toy as him.
Yeah, this is gonna end up really fucking up Buzz's character, because isn't he supposed to be the guy who thinks he's the best?
Int, try to swing on the hooks using your pull strings to close the gaps. Okay, so it's exactly what they said. Here's the thing. Don't bother with that whole race thing. That's just a story thing. You don't actually have to beat Buzz to the end. You just have to get to the end. That's it. No matter what you do, no matter how fast you go, Buzz's movement is scripted. He always gets there before you do.
Oh, so it's kind of
Pedro,
like that
question.
level in Crash Wrath of Cortex where you're racing against Crunch, but basically you can just win by doing nothing.
Yes, good.
What's that number on that star in the top left?
That's your life. But I activated the invincibility cheat, so the star is constantly spinning. Your life is determined by numbers, as in 5, you get hurt, it lowers to 4, and so on and so forth. So yeah, just get through the level. It boils down to just using your whip, because your whip, or cord if you prefer, can also be used as a hook shot of sorts. Don't ask me how, it just does.
Wait, it's both swimming.
He was also doing the Egyptian before.
Yeah, John Burton Dwibs apparently made Buzz quite the egomaniac, as you can see.
Not so much.
Swims.
Not so much an egomaniac, but one who likes to show off. Apparently.
Okay. Yeah, so yeah, like I said, by all means, everybody, go check John Burton's YouTube channel, The Code Hut. It's an amazing channel where John Burton explains all the secrets of how he accomplished all these awesome Mega Drive feats. So yeah. The basic idea is just get to the end of the level, really. Since I'm invincible, I'm just gonna cheese through. Well, fuck it.
This is a really long bedroom.
I know, right?
It's as long.
Yeah,
What is
it's
it,
like
boy?
that bit in Fast and Furious 6 with that really long runway.
Yeah, let's go. All right,
Oh,
and we're done.
there we go.
All right, Teo, get ready.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun. By the way, the Super Nintendo version doesn't have this fanfare because, but I'll explain in a bit. Go ahead.
Well, Woody, while you did keep up with me, you know I could fly around this room with my eyes closed.
Okay then, Mr. Lightyear, prove it.
Alright then, I will. Stand back, everyone.
Some of the lines are actually taken straight from the movie script, so it's nice. You can tell that they definitely got access to the movie itself.
To infinity and beyond!
Buzz leaps off the bed. Diving down, Buzz lands on a big rubber ball that bounces him back up and into a toy plane mobile, which swings him around the room. Yeah, this was before we could use movie clips like we do in the second game. So just you have to do it this.
Just picture it in your mind.
Woody can't believe it as Buzz lets go of the mobile, sails for the air, and makes a perfect landing back on the bed. A crowd of toys rush up to Buzz, cheering loudly. Wow, Buzz! Two.
Oh, thank you all.
There you go. Alright, next. Go ahead, Jova.
Now all the toys think Buzz can fly. Well, in a couple of days, everything will be just the way it was. They'll see.
Are you
In the
sure
morning,
about that?
It'll be Andy's favorite toy. What I should do now is stop worrying about Buzz and get some sleep.
Alright, now it's time for the first boss battle, one of my favorite bits of the game. Nightmare Buzz. While you are sleeping, you have a bad dream about a huge Buzz Lightyear with real lasers. Try and defeat this illusion to awake from Woody's worst nightmare.
So,
This
excuse
was
the boss fight.
unexpected.
I think this might have
Oh
been
yeah, I
based
remember
off-
that scene from the
I-
movie.
Actually, Dwibs, there's a reason for this, believe it.
Deleted scene from the movie.
And Jova's got it right. Yes, allow me to explain. Yeah, the voice clip is a bit distorted because Mega Drive, but what he actually said is you don't want to know what happens when my laser goes off. Here's the basic gist of it. Originally, in the original script of Toy Story, John Lasseter was thinking of a nightmare scene that would happen. You know that bit in the movie where Woody wakes up inside a chest, and that shark doll gives him his hat. Well. Basically, originally, the idea is that Woody would be sleeping in that chest, and he would have a nightmare of a giant, evil-looking Buzz with real lasers attacking him. But that scene was deleted and repurposed later in the second movie as the nightmare that he has when he thinks that Andy will just abandon him.
I see
The trash
some,
can scene.
I see
yeah.
some traditions from the Brady Little Toaster did not, carry through.
Yeah, basically, however, apparently John Burton and his team did get access to that original script before some cuts were made. So he's like, you know what, we could actually take advantage of this and make this a good boss battle. And there you go, cool. So yeah, that deleted scene lives on for this game. There you go. That's a great, again, it's a great example of how you can make a licensed game great. You take advantage of deleted material from the movie to even elongate the game. It's a fantastic excuse to elongate the game in a way that makes sense and helps preserve what would otherwise be forgotten history.
You gotta love how the planets that represent Nightmare Buzz's health sort of resemble Woody's hat thanks to the color and shape.
Exactly. There you go. All right.
See that they're both the sides of the same coin, I guess.
Yes.
All right. So level complete. Yay. All right. Next scene. Oh yeah, a new pass. Yeah, this game has a password system, but I have save states, so who cares? Moving on. The days pass and Woody finds he is no longer Andy's favorite toy, as the last boxes are packed so the family can move to a new home. Woody watches Andy playing with Buzz. Dinner at Pizza Planet? Asks Andy's mom. And bring a toy.
Yeah, why does Mom ask him to bring a toy?
I don't get.
In the movie, Andy asked if he could bring a toy, but Mom said you can only bring one.
Yeah.
Here, she insists
Also,
on
that perfect steel capture.
Java,
Maybe
please.
she just thinks it'll keep him, occupied for the car journey.
behind the covers, so Andy has to take me instead.
Woody picks up the RC car's remote control and starts up RC.
Now, if I can just bump the car into Buzz.
Buzz clip. Use the RC car to try and knock Buzz behind the desk. Hint. Keep the car going by collecting all the power cells that Buzz drops for some reason. Whatever. Okay, it works. Okay, just play.
Shut up.
You need to collect something.
All right. So the basic gist of it is just exactly that. You control level of RC and you have to hit Buzz. That's they find this an excuse. There you go. Do that.
Watch out! Andy apparently set up a racetrack in his room at some point.
How convenient. But anyway, allow me to explain something. Much like Mickey Mania, in which this Super Nintendo version was a very dumbed down port with less content and load times of all things on the Super Nintendo. This was also another thing that happened similarly. Fortunately, the Super Nintendo version of Toy Story is not as bad as the Super Nintendo version of Mickey Mania, but it does have a similar problem. The Super Nintendo version of this game has one less level. It doesn't have the level complete fanfare. And the controls are a bit worse because the collision detection with the whip in the Super Nintendo version is really off. If you want to check more details, check the Console Wars video of comparing the two versions.
How's the music compared to these?
The music is also one of those things too, where the music was clearly made for the Mega Drive in mind. However, to that, like Dwebs will probably point it out for you, yes, the Super Nintendo version does have some tracks that are a bit higher quality. However, I will take a slightly inferior soundtrack with better controls and more content any day.
Sure.
I love how Buzz comedians.
I also don't like.
Off every
Sorry.
time you hit him.
I also don't particularly care for the use of color in the Super Nintendo version. There are some levels that look a bit too bright colored, and in a way that doesn't really feel like it. I don't know. Again, it's one of those cases that I like to mention. Sometimes less is more. Just because you can make everything super colorful doesn't necessarily mean you should. It's all about context and when it fits. There you go. Bye, Buzz.
Whoa, towards the camera.
Yay! We killed Buzz!
I guess he really went to infinity and beyond.
We hit him with a car repeatedly.
While trying to knock Buzz behind the cupboard, Woody sends him out the window by mistake. The other toys rush to help, but there is no sign of Buzz. Maybe Woody knocked off Buzz because he was jealous of him, suggests a toy.
Yeah, any
While you've got a friend in me.
Present
In the movie, RC tells them because he's the witness, of course. But in here, he just assumes things. Again, we're trying to streamline this. Dwebs.
Woody, the toys are really mad at you for what you've done to Buzz. Personally, I don't know, but I hate confrontations. Oh, I'm so upset, I don't even know where I'm going. If you could just help me get out of the bedroom, I promise I will do the same for you should you ever need me. God, this is so fucking clunky.
Basically, help me, and I'll keep the toys from entering you.
Revenge of the Toys. Avoid all the angry toys as you try and help Rex across Andy's room. Hint, remove the blocks to free Rex. Yeah.
That isn't a hint. That's telling us what to do.
A dialogue just then.
That's because Dwebs, John needs an excuse for this level. So.
Well, as I've seen, one of the Game Rapid Cortex also showed John's not that good a writer.
It's ironic.
He's a much better
because in
game
the
designer and
movie-
director than he is a writer, yeah.
It's funny because in the movie, Rex was a part of the lynch mob.
Yeah, but in here, we need an excuse for a level. Okay, here's an example exactly what I'm talking about. Feel free to go check the Super Nintendo version for yourself on YouTube. One problem I have with the coloring of the Super Nintendo version of this game is the way this level looks. This is the way the level looks quite more bright in terms of its colors. And personally, considering the mood that we're currently right now, as in we're trying to run away, and right now it's kind of a not a dark moment.
I think it's because it's sunset, as the windows outside suggest.
Yeah.
I guess, but I don't
that
know.
was the time of day it was at this point in the movie, though, as well.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
I guess, but I don't know. I personally really like the darker tone that the Mega Drive version has for this level. Personally, I don't know. I feel
I'm
like
not sure. I just
Sure. But
I
the
just
reason
believe
is
it's for a
because
different
it's
reason
sunset.
that you said.
oh, okay, fine,
I mean-
fine, whatever.
That's kind of how it was in the movie too. Like, well, the room suddenly had a darker setting. Yes, the tone partially, but mainly because it was at sunset. So,
And
of
also the
course-
lights were off because they weren't actually home.
Sure. However, when it comes to fitting the current mood of the situation, I think the darker color tone fits the situation better. Even if it is technically inaccurate to how it looked in the movie, I feel like this is one of those cases where, again, what works for the movie will not necessarily work for the game. And personally, when I look at, feel free to. Of course, it's all about personal preference, of course. But personally, I prefer the way the level looks in this version. But yeah, but it boils down to this.
Oh.
It boils down to this.
Okay, he was trying to murder us.
Yeah. If he touches you, he hurts you too. So technically, he's an enemy in this level.
I know, but whatever, go on.
Oh, hey, Snake. Yeah. It's pretty clear when you look at stuff like the Super Nintendo version of Mickey Mania and the Super Nintendo version of this game. It's pretty clear that Traveler's Tales back in the day made games for the Mega Drive, and the other versions were afterthoughts, because a lot of times back in these days, Traveler's Tales games on the Super Nintendo were released incomplete with less content. Mickey Mania in particular was the worst offender, because Mickey Mania on the Super Nintendo has fucking load times.
I think the PlayStation version fixes that.
There is no place. Well, the PlayStation version was not developed. The PlayStation version was not developed by Traveler's Tales. It was developed by Psygnosis, if I remember correctly.
True, but it's just technically the same game, just different port.
Oh yeah, it is. Well, okay. Here's the thing too. Before that one, there was even the Sega CD version. That was also developed by Traveler's Tales. And to be fair, yeah, the Sega CD version has load times, but it's a Sega CD game, so it's more justifiable. There's no reason for a Super Nintendo game to have load time. That's just ridiculous.
No, that's
What
I
he
know,
did
but,
to Navas could it try and do to any of us next. Another toy gets too much attention, it's out the window. We've got to stop him. Look, there he is with Rex. Let's get him. All right, I guess I'll be Rex in the next one.
Was it Libs?
I know, but he's burped.
Oh, didn't mention this.
Oh, how I hate confrontations. Frankly, I don't know what to make of all this, but you helped me through the bedroom, so hop on and let's get out of here. So there you go, Rex.
Traitor.
Rex hates confrontations, as he himself said in the movie. John really took that one-off line from Rex in the movie and really ran with it, right? Oh, I hate confrontations. Run, Rex, run. Ride on Rex to escape from Andy's room while avoiding the other toys. Basically, you're riding Rex as if you were riding a horse and just dodge shit. That's the basic gist of it.
If only if Woody had an actual horse to use.
We're not there yet, Jova.
I know.
But no, what I was saying is that I thought that the PlayStation version of Mickey Mania was still the definitive one.
Oh, it is. It is the definitive version too.
Okay.
It is a definitive version. I was just comparing the two original 16-bit versions because it was a common problem that the Traveler's Tales games had on the Super Nintendo, where the Super Nintendo, from what I've heard, apparently the reason the Mickey Mania on the Super Nintendo has load times is because it has to decompress the data, which is weird because the Mega Drive doesn't have to do that, but whatever.
Sega does what Nintendo don't.
I guess it's probably because the Mega Drive was much more popular in Europe than in the Super Nintendo, most likely.
Okay, seriously, how many trains does Andy have?
However many John needs.
Also, the RC car is very persistent. But no, what I was saying before is that if you want a video that, without being too much serious about it, tries to pose question about the quote-unquote war building on the Toy Story universe, watch Greg and June's review of Toy Story 4, because it opens up with this kind of segment.
Alright. Wow, you collected enough stars for a bonus game! The better you do, the more hit points you'll get. Let's play shooting stars. What this boils down to, you see a star, you shoot it. It's basically a shooting game. There you go. See? Star? You see a star, you shoot it. Fail 3 times and you lose.
You do seem to have a general timer also for those.
It does get faster as it goes along too, as you can see.
Yeah, I can see that.
I actually do, if I remember correctly, I actually do win this. I do actually shoot all the stars. Yeah.
Alright, the degree seems to be still, decent enough.
There you go.
If you're good with directional...
Well done. You managed to win 3 extra points.
Yeah, you should be fine.
Okay. Andy, unable to find Buzz, takes Woody with him as his mother starts the car. Next stop, Pizza Planet. But as the car drives away, Buzz appears and grabs the bumper, eager to settle the score with Woody for knocking him out the window.
Vengeance.
Well, I like the point that he makes about revenge being present in my... Go ahead, Jova.
Buzz, I'm so glad you're alright.
Sheriff, we don't practice revenge on my planet, but we're not on my planet, are we?
No.
Crap.
Buzz swings at Woody, and when the car stops for gas, they tumble out unseen.
Yeah, that line.
Buzz battle. Stay out of Buzz's way as you try and tire him out. And by tire,
battle of attrition.
and they do mean that literally, because the way you hurt Buzz is you throw this tire on him. Get it? You tire him out. Eh?
Funny.
What are tiny little toy-sized tires doing here?
Shut up. Gameplay. Anyway. So yeah, I think I'm all out of trivia for now.
Look out! He's trying to Crash Bandicoot you, Woody.
He's pirouetting all over the place.
It's funny because for the Toy Story 2 video game, that is actually a damaging move that you're supposed to do, and it's even the one required for damaging bosses. But it can be very counterproductive because if you do it too much, Buzz becomes dizzy.
All right. So yeah, as you can see, the game follows the movie pretty closely.
Even adding the stuff like the little content that you mentioned, kind of like what I did mention for the Big Riddle, I think it's called, for the video game adaptation Batman Forever.
Hopefully, considering the recent Disney Classic Games collection with Aladdin and Lion King was a big success, apparently, hopefully Disney will consider releasing a second Disney Classic collection that hopefully, as this one, should be relatively easy.
I wonder, because that was released to capitalize on some of the live-action remakes that were released on that year, so I do wonder, how much thought process would have been behind it.
Well, the Pinocchio remake is coming. Maybe they could re-release the Pinocchio game made by Virgin. That would be nice.
True.
Anyway.
What they package it with?
I don't know. I'll think about it. Moving on. New password, 54152. Okay. Buzz and Woody finish just in time to see Andy and his mother driving off.
I'm a lost toy!
Cries Woody. But then, just when all seemed lost, a truck arrived that could take them to Pizza Planet. Quickly, they hopped on board.
Yo.
Well, that's how it looked in the movie.
I forgot, actually.
These are all actual stills from the movie, so... Woody and Buzz arrive at Pizza Planet, but find the entrance closely watched.
How can we get inside?
Wonders Buzz, until he spots Woody with a mega gulp cup on his head.
Sheriff, I like the way you think.
Oh yeah, another thing about this. Oh yeah, I just remembered another bit of trivia about the Super Nintendo version. You know how the cut? Oh, food and drink. Try and cross Pizza Planet, avoiding the falling food and drink. Watch out for Buzz bumping into you. Yeah, a little reference to the movie. Hint: look out for the kids running after their paper planes. That's actually a nice bit of trivia. Like Buzz is behind you, And if he hits you, he hurts you, just like that bit in the movie. So nice attention to detail, John. Here's a little bit of trivia from the Super Nintendo version. You know how the cutscenes have You've Got a Friend in Me playing?
Mhm.
In the Super Nintendo version, not only do the cutscenes have less pictures, they're completely silent.
Oh,
Wow.
why?
This I don't know. I get the feeling the Traveler's Tales didn't really spend much time making their Super Nintendo ports because they always came out incomplete compared to the Mega Drive versions.
Can be a potential licensing issue for the actual song?
No, that doesn't make any sense, Teo. So Disney Interactive has the license to put the song on the Mega Drive version, but not on the same Super Nintendo version that they're also publishing. That doesn't really make any sense.
Oh shit!
Oh, as insane as it sounds, it is actually possible for that to be the case. Such stuff has unfortunately happened for ludicrous.
Like it might be tied also to the budget. Like you mentioned briefly about the potential being a budget difference between this and the Super Nintendo version.
Well, regardless of what the reason is, it's yet another reason why that you should play the Mega Drive version instead of the Super Nintendo.
I agree.
I don't know if it's because of the difference in terms of art style compared to the models, but the humans walking look freaky as hell.
Well,
Somebody needs to do something
Well,
about
Teo,
all this falling food.
Teo, let's face
I know,
it.
right?
Let's-
Sorry, all this food is apparently free now.
Well, Teo, let's face it. Humans looked freaky in the movie too. So yeah, points for
True.
points for accuracy. Let's face it. Okay, remember how in the movie there's this little bit where the boys are after a paper plane and both of them, lower their feet like they're doing now. That they turned this into a mechanic, as you can see. So yeah, good job on.
Stealth.
They it's literally like they watched the movie over and over and thought, how many things in here can we turn into gameplay mechanics? Go
It's
ahead.
lots of little things.
How is no kid going ballistic over the vending machine that is literally spitting out drinks? Free drinks.
And those things are expensive. Grab a cola.
Wait, 3 drinks of what?
Mega Gulp. That's the name of the drink that Woody is
Generic
wearing.
soda.
Mega Gulp.
Yes.
Yeah, cool.
All right, Drebs, you can be Sid. Be as dickish as you can.
In the next part.
Hang on.
Oh, in the next
Yeah,
part.
I was gonna
yeah.
say, wait, have I missed something?
Well, think of it like this. Now you'll know for sure when we get to the next part. So see you then in the next part where we finish the game.
Yeah.
See ya.
See ya.